Cruising isn't just about storms and sailing the seas. Sometimes it's about stopping, finding a nice beach, getting some friends around you, and then you got a barbecue. I was just on my way to a planning meeting on my friend's boat back here. The last few days we've been trying to get out of this part of the reef, Fakaraba, but the weather's not playing ball. So we've been having weather meetings because they've got internet. They can download weather. And I was just about to leave the boat, and I saw this thing over the horizon coming in. So I just called all boats. I said, make sure your hatches are closed. So we're just waiting to see what will happen with this. It might actually miss us. It looks like a fairly decent squall. Wind's picking up. Got the wind catcher down before it gets ripped to bits. And I kept Tiny Shaddy on board because she's tied down. She likes to fly. Looks like the main force of that squall, and it is quite a big squall. You can just tell by the shape of that thing. Looks like it's gonna miss us, I think, and head for the South Pass, which is down here, which is where I'm trying to get to do some shark diving. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get there today. Every single day we've been trying to leave, something happens. There's another boat in front of me, and that's the other half of the squall, which is probably going to hit us. I can see the waves coming up. We've got white horses just started. In fact, most of the anchorage is empty. I think a lot of people actually left to go out the pass, because the South Pass, which is over there, is the only way out of here back to sea without going north again. And north is up there. There's no way anybody's gone up there today. The wind's dead on the nose and it's picking up. Shaddy's beginning to strain at the leash, but I know for a fact that's wrapped around a coral down there, so hopefully we're not going anywhere. I'm actually more worried about my friends. That boat there, Breakaway, it's only a very small boat and they're reasonably close to shore. They're not as close as it looks there, but they're getting thrown around a lot. Shit bucket there's bouncing up and down. Get out of the way, shit bucket. Just heard this whistling noise and I couldn't figure out what it was. It's my next door neighbour checking my anchor. But we're only in, it's quite shallow here, so no worries. Got plenty of chain free, but it was making nasty grinding noises. A bit like my bones in the morning. It's my anchor checker. It's definitely coming down now. That was Eve off the boat back there, Breakaway. I mean, he swam a hell of a long bloody way. There's another friend of mine. He went off down somewhere else. He's come back for shelter, obviously. Is it bad over there?
A little worse, but not too bad.
Okay. We were going to go up, but I think we'll stay here for the day now. Woo. You can see there the movement on the boat. There were gaps in between the storms where the weather came down enough for us to go ashore and enjoy the island. We took a dinghy in and decided to go for a nice walk on what was a beautiful evening, throwing out a stern anchor there because there's a lot of reef down the shoreline and you don't want to get the rib impaled on those. And then it was back to some more miserable weather, until yet another break and time to move. Leaving the passage at Harifa. Whoa, nearly hit a bommy out there. It's not on the bloody charts. As usual, Mike is ahead of me. I nearly hit a bommy. I honestly don't know how he goes so fast. He's got a high cut sail, so it's a smaller area than mine. I'm going the wrong way because I'm under power getting away from a big ass piece of reef I nearly hit. So I'm going to follow his trail. He made my trailblazer. If it's nothing, if he doesn't hit his in, I know I'm safe. So we're trucking along now, 3 knots. I was doing 4.5 a few minutes ago. I'm not as competitive as Mike. He's naturally a great sailor. He's just so good. Makes me sick. I wish I was good as him. But I'm sailing the same speed as him now. I got it all rigged right. I got all the trim right. Engine is off. It'd be nice to think he's got his engine on, but he's not. I know him. He's sailing it. The fringing reef out there is spectacular, but of course you wouldn't want to be anywhere near it, especially on the other side. I've heard there's actually been a yacht run onto it in the last few days. Not good. Of course, we're on the 10-mile rule today, less than 10 miles, so we're not putting the mainsail up. Friends on breakaway passing me. I think they're under sail early. By golly, they're shifting. That's my friend Dave in his boat Moggy, and behind him is his wife Lynn in their other boat, Bad Kitty. I'll explain later. So we got me, then we got Breakaway, and then we got Easy right up in front there somewhere. The guys invited me on Moggy last night. They were interested in seeing my videos. None of them had. So we had a show. It was about 2 hours, a movie night featuring Adventures of the Old Seadog. It was brilliant. It was really nice. So I got a whole bunch of new fans, I think. Oh dear, we're all coming into anchor at the same time, and we're giving way to the 2 catamarans because they've got to moor together because they only have one with a working winch, so they're more together. Unfortunately, the little boat that's in front of me, Breakaway, they just radioed that they've got black stuff coming out of the exhaust and they lost power. They've just put up part of their foresail just so they've got some control over the boat. Yeah, because like I said before, we're in the middle of a whole lot of reefs here. Bad weather coming, so yeah, it's not good for them. Just when you don't need it, another squall's coming in. The guys have got the tow sorted, so at least they're going to feel a bit more comfortable about being in control of the situation. Mike's just gone aboard Bad Kitty to help with the docking procedures. Okay, anchor down. I was just keen that the other guys got settled first. The 2 catamarans had to come in together, and the guys on Breakaway with the broken engine or something wrong with the engine had to come in. They managed to get a mooring buoy, I think, which may be good for them there. These guys are from Alaska, basking in the heat. I wonder, because they've got 2 boats, Dave and Lynn have 2 anchor beers each. Does that work? I don't know. As usual, Easy Mike's got the best place, look at that. And he's found one of the last available mooring buoys as well. Just to recap, we're in the southern end of the Fakarava Reef here in French Polynesia. Beautiful, but as you can see, the weather's still not very good. Went on a mission ashore to dispose of cardboard and paper waste. Burning is the best way to do that. While my friend was tending the fire, I decided to have a look around. So this is the windward side of the atoll, quite different to the inside. A few little nooks and crannies which were kind of cute like this, but the weather wasn't so good, so back to the boat. Back on board, and it looks like winter. Everybody's wearing coats. I think it's time to go below and make myself a nice curry or something. Looks like rain coming in, but all my friends are over there on one of those sand dunes having an afternoon barbecue. I would have joined them, but I've got things to do. No, not this. Although I am doing something with this, I'm washing them. I'm actually washing these because the guys bought them and it had cockroaches in them. Well, not in the beer obviously, but in the packaging. So they were fumigated, so they advised me to wash the cans before I drank out of them. The guys have been on the beach for most part of the day now, but their boats are further in and better protected than mine. With every single break in the weather, I had to make sure I took advantage of it before the next bout of bad weather came. And so it was off to the main little village at the south end of Fakarava. This is it, tranquil. But the actual South Pass itself, well, that's something different. You can see the power of the current rushing through here. But wait, what's this on the front of this woman's t-shirt? And what was she doing? Feeding sharks. And there will be more sharky stuff in the next episode, so don't miss that. Meanwhile, what happens when you mix a yacht with a rock? This is what happens. I was told that this was a brand new yacht. I was coming back out of the entrance through the current when something got caught round a propeller and they couldn't maneuver anymore, and she hit the rocks. I had everything off this boat. In just a few days, the locals and yachties had stripped her clean. I've never seen anything like it. A bit of woodwork left inside, a little bit of wiring, but devastation. Complete and utter devastation. The engine's even gone. Shit. How they'd physically lifted it out, I don't know, but what I do know is they cut extra holes in the top to get her out of the boat. All that was left of value was the rigging. There apparently is a solar eclipse this morning in a few minutes, but all the wind that we've had has mysteriously stopped, and we're now in complete nothingness with lots of rain. The chances of actually seeing the eclipse in this are fairly next to nothing. It's a bit like England. We get them in England, but you never see them because the weather's just like this. I have more chance of seeing an eclipse of this onion than in this rather blowy part of Fakarava atoll. We're in the South Pass area and it has been blowing. Last night the wind got to 45 knots. That's a good force 9. I had to stop the wind generator from shaking itself to bits and tie that up for the night. And I battened the boat was battened down. I got the dinghy Tiny Shaddy strapped to the deck. She got some rainwater in her. I left it in because it weighs her down. She was trying to become a kite. The bimini ripped again, and so I've had to put another cover over the top to stop it ripping completely.
I've just been sitting tight. My friends are over there, and they're a bit closer up to the sort of the sandbar up there, the reef wall. They're a bit more sheltered. There's no way I can move the boat now. I'm not touching that anchor. But it is, I think it's below 30 now. Probably 20 something or other. You can see behind me, it's just grey, grey, grey. It's like England, you know. It's really awful. It's terrible. It's really nasty. What can I tell you? So I'm just hanging on here. I got some bloody hell.
I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a bird caught in my rigging or something. Anyway, I was making bread below. That's what I was doing. Trying to take my mind off this. I was just making some bread. And when you open that up, it smells a bit like a gent's urinal from a pub. Then you know you ought to use it up. Nice and yeasty. Mmm.